Welcome to the Archetypal Mosaic. This is Mikhail Tank. I'm sitting in an exceptionally beautiful recording studio that's been around from 1976 called Onkio Haus, with lead engineer Masaki Takamura and assistant engineer Soshi Takeda. Hello.
Hello.
Please tell me, how do you say Onkyo House correctly and what does it mean?
And make good sound feed of house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you say Onkyo House? Pronounce. Onkyo House.
Onkyo House.
Okay.
Yes.
And please pronounce your names correctly. Better than me.
My name is Masaki Takamura.
My name is Soshi Takeda.
Thank you.
Yeah.
First of all, we just had an amazing recording session for my new EP called Rhythm of Appreciation. This is our third recording session, and every time has been extraordinary. So for musicians coming to Japan, I highly recommend Onkyo House. State of the art. Now, you have been here 10 years after the recording studio opened in 1986.
Yes.
Tell us about that time. What was different? What did you love about recording? How did you begin?
どういうこと
どういうキャリアのスタート
アルバイト here?
You could speak in Japanese.
アルバイトでここに入りまして、でそれでそのまま社員として今まで来てます。そんな感じの経歴です。はい。
Just a little bit in English.
His career start beginning arbeiter to
to from now.
Okay. And what do you love about the recording process? What do you love about recording, about working here? You started later. You're younger. You started later.
Yeah.
What do you love about recording? Are you a musician yourself, Soshi?
ミュージシャンとしっかりコミュニケーションをとってその時間をかけていいものが出来上がっていくその過程が楽しいです。Assistant job is communication to musician.
And that's interesting. So your job partially is communicating with the musician. So are you a musician?
A little. A little musician.
He plays
Guitar.
Yeah.
Only
You
guitar.
must be. You're a musician.
No,
Also.
I'm too. Yeah, also.
You're just humble. But you're musicians, you're artists, you're producers, you're engineers. You have to hear music and understand it to create it, to help with it. So when you communicate with artists, what's the key to communicating with artists? Because we communicate beautifully, even though we speak different languages. Artistically, we communicate in a golden way. Everything is done perfectly. It's almost psychic. I say something, I feel it, you help me create it, it's exactly the way I envision it. You know? It's alive. You know? My question to you is, what is the key to communicating with artists?
Both person loves music.
That's true.
お互いに音楽が好きなこと。
So the love for the music creates the communication. Something of that nature? Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
That's very beautiful. So it really is kind of psychic. It's on a different dimension. It's not just speaking, it's image projection. A strong song, or even my Dark Soul Theater performance art pieces have extremely strong images. and they can get right into the psyche, into the soul, without too much explanation. They're not simple. The studio itself, there's how many floors? There's 8.
8、7、5、3か。4
4 floors.
Yes.
Are there 4 studios? Or 4?
No, スタジオは1、2、3、4、6 studios.
How many?
Yeah, 6.
6.
Yes.
6 studios.
Yes.
Out of the 6 studios, there's also a mastering studio, right?
Right.
Do you work in all 6 studios?
No, 僕らはなんだっけ、1と2、3、
3、まあ7、
7、6、
5
5 studios.
5
studios.
studios. And this studio that we're sitting in, which is on the top floor, the 8th floor,
Yeah.
this is an extraordinarily beautiful studio. It's got a gigantic, this slipped my mind, console board, yes? Console board. Do you use Pro Tools?
Yes.
What's the newest version of Pro Tools in terms of the version number?
2022 May 0.5.
2022.5 is the latest version. And how often do the versions update? Like the next version, will it be this year, next year? Do you know?
I don't know.
No. Pro Tools Ultimate by Avid. Yes?
Yes.
And is it a fantastic tool for you? Do you love it?
Yes.
It's interesting. My first recordings ever in a recording studio were in 1997 in Berkeley. And my engineer co-producer at the time, Victor Owens, also was using Pro Tools. That's how long and how wide the trust for that product is, even in Japan, which is extraordinary. Tell me something I've always wanted to know. Sony and Panasonic. You know, I've always...
Yeah.
Do you use both? Always Sony or both? Sony, Panasonic? Both or Sony?
Sorry.
You prefer Sony?
Sony.
Interesting. You know, I've utilized Sony Panasonic products all my life. And it's funny because I always ask myself, which one is better? I just don't know. But it's a personal preference. Your preference is Sony.
Yes.
Okay. Now, tell me about this incredible environment. Do you know what that wood is made of? There's these gigantic speakers. What
Yeah.
kind of wood is it?
Dina Audio.
One more time.
Dina Audio.
Dinaudio.
Dina Audio.
Yes, really good.
Yes.
And can I see the headphones? These are the headphones that we use in the studio here, and these are the Sony MDR CD 900 ST for digital, with the red bar. These are the best, yes, for studio work.
Yes. Often use studio work.
Okay, and these are the same ones that are in the vocal booths. Same?
Yes.
Okay. It's good to know this stuff for recording artists, musicians. Tell me, the microphone that you prefer to use
Yeah.
in the vocal booth, what kind of microphone? What brand is it?
Neumann 67.
One more time.
Neumann 67.
67.
67 Neumann.
Neumann.
Is that made in Japan or is it
Made
Made
in
in
Germany.
Germany? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Understand. And the console that you have here, what kind of console is it?
Solid state logic, made in England.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is this the same kind of console they have at Abbey Road?
Yes. Yeah.
So the best studios in the world have this kind of equipment, of course, because you happen to be one of the best studios in the world. What are some of your projects, if you can discuss them, that were your favorites? Maybe Japanese commercials, movies, recording artists. Below there's a gold record on one of the floors. There's a lot of recording, released cover art and signed objects around this place. What has been some of your favorite work?
なんだろうね。
Japanese musician、坂本龍一
Sakamoto Ruichi.
hey, playing here.
Is it your favorite?
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool. Very famous?
In Japan.
Yes.
A little all over the world.
Interesting. What about for you?
I recorded jazz,
Uh-huh.
jazz piano, and drums, and bass. Yes, here.
That's your favorite.
Yeah.
And tell me, what did you play when you were doing jazz? You were in the engineer.
Yeah, engineer.
And is jazz your favorite?
Yeah.
Yes. That's wonderful. Out of all of these studios in this building, what is your favorite studio sound-wise? Which studio do you prefer to work in? 8th floor, 7th? I remember last few times we worked on floor 3.
Yes.
That was a wonderful studio, but this one is magnificent. This is the Royal Studio. This is gigantic. This is good enough for an orchestra.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's your favorite studio here? Where's the sound the crispest?
This studio is rich low end.
Rich low end.
Low end.
Okay. I don't even know what a low end is. Like the bass?
The bass and kick drum.
Okay. I understand. Because of the significant audio spatial the amount of space and the acoustics,
sounds.
right?
Yeah.
And what about for you?
I like fifth floor, studio 2.
Studio 2, why?
Yes. なんつうんだろう、響きってなんだっけ
Reverb.
Reverb.
Yes.
So is that the best
slow.
one for vocals?
Yes. No vocals. Strings and brass sections.
Out of all the string instruments, like cello, violin, what is your favorite string instrument?
Cello.
Cello, yeah. And what about you?
A violin.
Okay, great. So you play the guitar.
Yeah.
And what do you play?
Me too.
You too?
Yeah.
Do you play piano?
No.
You?
No.
And have either of you released your own projects, music project, released CDs, digital media, anything that maybe you played in, were a part of as a musician? Well, obviously you've released a lot of production, because everything I've released you've produced or engineered, so along with a tremendous amount of more known artists. But my question to you is, have you released anything that you have played on, where you've played instruments?
多分自分で弾いて撮ったことがあるかみたいな。でここで出た作品の中で自分が弾いて出たやつなんで。
And tell me,
only engineer.
And tell me, what would you like for the future of your career, or the future of Onkyo House? How do you see the future of Onkyo House and the future of your careers? What do you want?
Japanese.
Okay, sure.
新しく音響ハウスの7階で、ドルビーアトモスと、360リアリティオーディオというイマーシブオーディオができる
Immersive audio.
Yeah, スタジオが完成したので、多分それが今後日本でもよくされるように。
Maybe a few sentences in English. You said a lot of spatial audio, immersive audio. You said so many very kind of extraordinary audio experiences, right?
Yeah.
So, what was the gist of that in English?
Onkyo House new open 7 studio. Studio 7. Studio number 7.
Where? Which floor?
7th floor.
7th floor. Opening now or
Yeah.
No.
now? New. So this year?
Yeah.
Is-
Last
last
year.
year.
Last year. So that's the one with the immersive sound,
Yeah.
Atmos sound.
Yeah.
It's almost like a movie scoring studio, right? For movies?
Yeah, movie and my music only.
I see. So very high end. High like HD music, right? High
Yeah.
definition music.
Yeah.
Interesting. And that's the one that you're most excited about.
Sorry.
That's what interests you the most. Exciting, yes?
Yeah.
And what about for you?
僕はその空間オーディオよりかはそのこういうオーケストラの取れるようなアクースティックスタジオで
Oh, you love orchestra acoustic.
Yeah.
Like this studio.
Yes, I like it. This.
Amazing. So do I. Well, I like both, but I think this is my favorite. It's just grand. Very elegant. Yeah. So you're more old school, you're future.
Yeah.
I'm right in between.
そうですか
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to share, either about Onkio House or about yourselves' career, anything else? Because I think that pretty much sums everything up that I can think of at the moment. This is a spur of the moment radio show right after our incredible session. Rhythm of Appreciation will be coming out in late March across the world. The first single we did was a licensed cover of Walking in the Rain, which I love. It's out. And then we did a whole album, short time-wise, but many tracks. It was a very strong poetry album called Love and Poetry, and included my theme so far in life called Magnetize, which has already appeared 3 times. Anything else?
No.
That's it?
Yeah, that's
Well, ありがとうございます。
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 お疲れ様です。
Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
dear musicians around the world, if you want really high quality, this is where you go. Be blessed.